And today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on dip dyeing this wig. So as you can see, it's already a really pretty wig. I got this from Unique, so I'll have the link in the bottom to the exact one I have. This will be my first time ever dyeing a synthetic wig, and I am going to be using idye poly. So I'm wearing it right now to show you guys what it looks like before I do anything to it. So this is how it comes cut. Like, I haven't cut it or anything yet. This is completely unaltered, brand new, shiny, lovely wig. So now what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and do like a dip dye, like dip the tips in and do it black. From what I've read online, this is supposed to be composed of blacks and grays, so hopefully it'll give us a nice fade. We will see. This, like I said, first time, you guys are going to be coming along with me, and if this works, well, that's a great new way for, you know, spice up wigs. So, anyway, I'm going to be trying it, and I'll record it for you guys. So, yeah, let's get started. So before we began, I went ahead and boiled the water, and now I'm going to open up the packet and add it in. The packet comes with two things. It's a dye intensifier and the dye itself. The little black packet is the dye itself, and you'll need to cut open the liquid intensifier. I'm also using a little, you know, wooden stick thingy to stir it because I didn't want to tint or dye any of the silverware we have, so yeah. So here I added in the dye. I also turned down the heat to medium so that it wouldn't be too hot by the time we add our wig in. Another thing I should mention is I did buy this pan or pot just specifically for this purpose because I didn't want to ruin any of our cookware, and it's something to take into consideration if you're going to do it yourself too. As you can see, I'm just mixing it in here. I cropped some of the mixing it out so you didn't have to watch. It looks blue like in the start, but once it mixes together it starts to develop more of a deep black color. As you can see, I'm also brushing it out so that there's no tangles and it'll go in nice and evenly and dye nice and evenly. I like to grab the tips and put them together because it will take like a little bit of pushing it in. The tips tend to like float on the top of the water at first, so I just push them in and then, yeah. Now here, to keep it from having such a hard line of dye, I'm taking the little mixing dye stick that I use, and I'm just spreading it and opening the tips a bit. And this dye actually will spread like a little bit on its own and will absorb in the hair, so it's not that big of a deal if it doesn't look perfect right away. And as you can see, I'm going to, you know, do multiple dips when I want it darker, so that it'll have a little more time with the dye and catch a little bit more of it, whereas just a quick dip will give you a lighter color of it. In my research, I found that people use dish soap to wash it off, which really worked well, so I went ahead and did that. The one thing it does do is it tends to leave it a bit more dry and crisp, so after this, and off camera, I went ahead and just rinsed it with some conditioner, and it fixed the problem right up. No damage done on the wig, it was completely soft, and yeah. And for anyone wondering, the background song is The Neighbor by Porcelain and the Tramps. Hey guys, it's Porcelain, and I finished dyeing the wig. So this is my ghetto little wig stand, by the way, but it's kind of how it came out. As you guys can see, it's very pretty, got that dip dye effect. Sorry, there's a shirt underneath this. It's a camera stand wrapped with t-shirt and a wire to kind of hold shape, just so that I can balance my wig here to show you guys the last thing I'm going to do right now. So we got the dyeing part done, and the second thing I kind of like to do to my wigs is I like to kind of dust them with a darker eyeshadow on the top to give the illusion of roots and give it a little more depth, make it look a little more natural. So I'm going to go into here, my little makeup kit, and I'm going to be using the lightest little gray that they have. You can see it there. So I don't want to use one with glitter or anything like that because that wouldn't look very natural. But we can see where it kind of parts here. And just dust down. And I like to do this while the wig is on a wig head or a stand or whatever. And this is just my get a little stand because I don't really have a like wig head that'll stand up while I do this so that I can show you guys. So this will work just fine for right now. This also like helps deal with some of the shininess on the top. When you're taking pictures and stuff, the reflection, it just makes it look more natural and stuff. I don't know what else to say about why I do this, but yeah. I just like to use a fluffy brush, like a makeup blush brush or whatever, just to spread it kind of fluffily, evenly, and just lightly. And I like to just, start in the middle and fluff it out. By the way, if you're wondering what's the noise in the background, Law and Order's on the TV, and I am going to mute that right now because I forgot. So, yeah. Back to what we were doing. Can you guys see the difference? I hope the camera kind of catches it, and hopefully since I'm doing it from behind, I'm usually looking at it instead. I'm kind of watching it through the camera right now. Hopefully it's looking good for you guys and see what I do. So, see how it's starting to get like a little more depth, a little more, naturalness to it, because yeah, that's kind of how we are. We grow roots fast and it looks more natural with roots. So, just light roots, nothing too dark or anything like that, because it's a dye wig and I don't want it to go from like black to white to black again. I just want it to look like it's natural and has some, tones to it. So, the next thing I'm going to do, if I can find it, there we go, is I'm going to put on my wig caps. I wear two different ones, actually, and I wear them because this first one secures my hair in place where I want it. And there we go. The second one I use to further compress the hair as well as to give a tone, like a flesh tone to the bottom instead of the black. That's more for like if you wear lace fronts or anything, that will help more. This is just me liking to do this, and also it compresses the hair and just gives it more secure base, because it like holds it better. So has some rips in it from where I put bobby pins in before, but that doesn't matter because it's going to be covered. Now to put the wig on. A lot of people use wig brushes and stuff. I just use my hairbrush and I just lightly do it so I don't break any of the fibers or anything like that. But I figure if it works on my actual hair, which is more fragile than synthetic hair, it'll be fine. Now just make sure all the wig is covered and push the hairline back a little bit. But yeah, that was my dip dye tutorial, and a little bit of, how to make it look more natural on the top part by adding, a little bit of roots with the I guess, eyeshadow method. I guess there's other methods people use, and there's other methods to dye wigs that people use, but this is just what I was trying today, and what I used. And by the way, that's what the stand looks like without the wig on it. Really ghetto, huh? But yeah, I'm really happy with how this came out. Like I said before, I used idye poly. I did, just, you know, recap of the video, I did a quick dip to get the grays, and like longer dip and double dip, I should say, to get the darker parts. And yeah. So I just want to add this little clip at the end to show you more of what it looked like. The camera had a bit of problem with the contrast to the black background, so it made it look a little bit more gray, but it is more ombre to black in person. Thanks again for watching. Bye.